Welcome, everyone, back to Zeros to Heroes, a Dicey Decisions podcast. Podcast? No. Stream? Yeah, on Twitch. We're on Twitch right now. Well, we were when we recorded this. So, anyway, welcome back. This is session 15. Um, our session, all of our videos will be on YouTube. Take it away, Johnny.
And as always, we would encourage you to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, give us a comment, hit that bell. You know, you want to press the buttons. I can see it in your eyes. I can't actually see you, but you can see me, and you can tell how earnest I'm being, right?
He's very earnest. And I did
So
tell him to do
earnest.
that. So, I mean, it would be nice. It would be cool as if we got some comments, some feedback every once in a while. Anyway, we are pressing on. And if you didn't see our last video, you should go back and take a look because the group walked into a clearing in front of a little cottage, which turned out to be Sunny's home or where she spent the last 5 years. And we are dealing with four women who are sitting around a cauldron and answering questions for us and asking for payment of various different kinds. So we are picking up kind of in the middle of that, but we're going to throw it in a different direction to start off. Everybody ready? Cue the tunes. The darkness is complete. You plunge. Your heart's still in your throat, though it feels like you've been falling for ages. You fall. Wham! You hit something and you feel your rib cage flatten as your body presses down and you're submerged. Your mouth, your nose, your lungs are filling with this fluid. You flail. You flail upward, searching for the surface. You burst out of the surface in the dark. You paddle and paw at this dense, this viscous liquid. A screaming smell of iron fills your senses and you gag. Scrambling desperately, your feet scrape on something. Your toes find purchase on a smooth surface. And you claw your way up layers. It feels like upstairs. And you're out. You're dripping in the dark. It's not hot nor cold. The sound you hear is nothing but the drips coming off of you. And then you're aware that you can see a glimmer, the tiniest glimmer. On the surface, you're standing on the surface. The smooth stone covered by a very thin layer of the liquid. You see glimmers on the surface, but the ripples that you're making die quickly. And everywhere in the distance, as far as you can see, is glass still. As the light comes, slow, you're straining to see. Above, nothing but black. The only light from no visible source is barely glinting off the tiny ripples around your feet. The overwhelming smell of iron is almost too much to bear. But as the light rises, ever so softly, you see all around you and above. Strands. Strands of pale string or webbing in every direction. And in the distance, a tiny, pale dot growing slightly larger. You wait. You almost forget that the overpowering smell is making you sick as this dot enlarges. Is it getting closer? Is it growing? After what seems like an interminable time, you start to see features on this dot. It's a face. Pale, pure white face. Eyes completely dark. Face unmoving. Either growing larger or nearing. You realize that you're standing on an endless surface of a pool of blood and staring down at you from some distance, the face of the goddess of death, the Raven Queen. Rip. The face doesn't move, but it says, "Welcome to the beginning."
When Rip recognized what was coming towards them, they got on the ground face down, prostrated themselves, and just waited for her to speak. Is still in that position, has not looked up, does not know how close she is. And without getting up, asks, "The beginning of what?"
A time passes, and then the voice says, "The end is the beginning, and the beginning, the end."
Yes, all things cycle. That is a truth. All things that were will be, and all things that will be have already been. And Rib says it just like that, as if they're trying to recall something that they've heard before, not certain if they actually believe it for themselves.
Yes. The scales weigh in your favor. What do you seek?
A path back to life and back to my friends. When I left them, they were in danger. And I can't leave them in danger without my help. And I have much, much more to do.
There are so many paths, and yet you seek the only one which is denied.
They think for a while. And they say, but if all ends are beginnings, and all beginnings follow ends, surely I could start again. Start anew.
What you seek is continuing rather than starting anew.
I would like to continue. Can the interruption in my path be repaired?
As you know, all things are possible. Should I relinquish my hold upon you, the hold of the universe upon you, it comes with price.
As most things do.
I do not willingly cede.
I would never expect you to. I know who you are.
Then, are you ready for the end and the beginning? Or would you rather tarry? There is a reason for you to tarry here. It appears some would alter fate and unspool the strands.
My friends?
The head tilts a little bit. Listen. And you can hear some snatches of conversation. You hear, "A kiss! I just want my kiss." You hear, "8 treasured item. A happy home for a child. And especially happy memory." You hear Fern's voice saying, "What do you mean? How do you know about my sister?" You hear Stoney's voice. One moment.
A healthy home for a child. A particularly sweet memory. A kiss. And 8 treasured items. My friends can do that. And hearing that, Rip's resolve not solidifies, but becomes just a little bit more solid than it was a moment ago. And they think, my friends can do those things. My friends can get those things. I will wait.
Choice.
How long will you let me wait?
The choice is made. And the face starts to recede. And the strands around you start to slowly close, almost imperceptibly. But they're nearer and nearer, and you don't know what will happen if they touch you. Well, we find ourselves now back in front of the cottage. In the glade in the forest, surrounded by tall conifer trees and heavy hanging moss, toadstools here and there, and sitting off to the right of the cauldron is a big, burly orc female chewing on a new bone, just gnawing on it that she pulled fresh from the cauldron. Next to her is a young female human, attractive young lady, waiting, slightly impatiently maybe. And to the right of her is a very old woman, rotund, chuckling, perhaps knitting something as she waits, and stalking behind them all, slowly back and forth, is Kaida Grunch. What's Pieta doing right now? What's he thinking about?
Worried if his internet connection went out.
No, we're just thinking.
I've, I think I last left off with, I think I was with Sunny.
Well, maybe you're with Sunny, but are you thinking of your new crush, or are you thinking of how to help? What's going through your mind?
Well, after he finished his third stanza in his poem, he kind of like peers around and sees if anyone needs anything from him. And if he doesn't see anything, then he just goes back to kind of thinking about the poem.
Okay. So currently working on poetry. What about Fern?
Fern is all she can think about right now is trying to get into the house. She's like, I have a mission. Mission is we've got to get 8 items. We can do this. This is easy. Just got to get into the house. Done it before. Stolen lots of things. And there's this really weird, like, fuzzy spot in her head that she can't quite figure out why it's there. She feels a little thrown off by it. But there's too many things to worry about right now, so she's just kind of letting it go and trying to just concentrate on getting inside the house.
Well, one thing that may have you discombobulated is that all the doors and windows of the house slammed shut.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely going to give her more of a challenge than she's used to but that's exciting to her. And she keeps glancing over at Sunny because she knows that Sunny has the knowledge. She has the inside scoop on this house and what's in it and how to navigate this area and these people. And so she's kind of sticking by Sunny and then following her cues.
Okay. What's Sunny thinking about?
Sunny keeps glancing down at the poem that Payeda's working on out of curiosity, but also gets the sense that Fern is anxious to get the treasured items. So also making awkward eye contact and shrugging her shoulders like, oh, do we just go? Kind of deal. But yeah.
Okay. And Stony.
Stony is solely focused on the task at hand. He's thinking purely only of his options. He thinks about the response that that they gave him in regards to giving the child to Pocket. He's weighing the option. He thinks about the truth of that, and he's fascinated that they would think Pocket of all people in the world, I suppose, or I guess of the people that we know, especially regarding the fact that Pocket is very distrustful of the Fae. So he's not really sure. He sees the truth in how it's the most optimal and efficient way to completing this task, but he is worried that he's betraying Pocket's trust. And then he's also thinking about the items precious to him and what he would be willing to give up that's in his sack.
Okay. So the ladies, Mother Kaida, Grunch, Granny Isabel, Sister Sylvie, and Auntie Natty are just doing their thing. They're just waiting.
I'm
Granny, Mrs. Grunch, Auntie, we've come quite a ways. It's been quite a journey. Is there a possibility that we could rest a while here? Perhaps the charity of your home for just an hour or two for us to recover we would be very grateful.
You asked the question. Well, Mother says, I could provide you a place to relax and rest and even sleep in comfort and safety. Yes, that is possible. Now, my turn. What is it? He steps closer. You smell, as she walks up to you, you get a smell of her. At first, there's almost a smell of honey coming from Mother. And this is somebody that you'd seen in Gladewell before, rarely, but, every once in a while coming in town to buy or sell herbs or whatever. So you've seen this person before, but you haven't been this close to her. She's very near. And you smell the smell of honey sweetness. But There's also the smell of something underneath that. Something that makes your stomach roll. Something that sends a shiver down your spine. There's a scent that you can't quite classify, but you don't like it. Let's see here, she says. My dear, tell us how you feel about that one. He points to Stony.
How I feel about Stony. Well, Joni is my oldest acquaintance, and we have shared a lot of life, whether that be good or bad. We have quite a history, and in that, there is a bond created. At least Stony will never be forgotten, no matter how far away.
She looks over at Stony during this confession of Fern's, or this piece of information, I guess. What's Stony doing as Fern says this?
He's sort of he's sort of deep in thought. So he's just like, I think he realizes that he's being talked about, so he kind of like looks around and kind of puzzled. First to the witch and then to Fern. I'm sorry, was I meant to be present for this?
She
I-
says to Fern, I said how you feel.
Well, I do rather like him, whether I should or not.
Can you roll a constitution save to see if you're compelled to say more?
Ooh. That is a 5.
Keep talking.
Well, that is to say, I'm very fond of him. I will admit that I have teased him quite mercilessly, but it is only to belie a fondness. And I would rather like to keep him in my life. That is how I feel.
Fair enough, my dear. Fair enough. Would you like to ask another question?
No, currently I am all out of questions.
Stony is now looking back between the witch and Fern, and he's waiting for the other shoe to drop.
She backs up and she says, my dear Sonny, would you like your old room?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
She waves a hand and a mushroom, a huge mushroom, just kind of grows straight up out of the ground with a door in it. It's like the size of a little round, like beach hut type thing, but like maybe 15 by 15, just a round mushroom with a door in it. Enjoy your stay. We'll be here when you're ready.
Can't we could move my room into the main house just this once?
Dear, You've never spent a night in my house?
I haven't? Oh,
No. Did you? Oh, you haven't remembered yet. It'll all come back.
when will it all come back?
I'm sure it's already started.
She scrunches up her face, trying to remember as much as she can, but it's still very hazy.
How long do they usually forget?
Thanks for asking another question.
Fern
I
just
love the game.
sinks into a puddle on the ground. She's so mad at herself.
Well, it depends. I could stop right there. It depends on each individual. Some of them regain all their memories very quickly, in maybe a month or less. For some, never. Some poor children are always in the dark.
I like the dark.
Now then, sisters, have you a question for this beautiful young elven girl?
Sonny, please remind me to keep my mouth shut in the future.
Keep it shut if you would like.
Sister Sylvie comes over and stands. May I would like to ask the next question, Mother. Why, I'm sure you would. Feel free. Sylvie looks from Fern's shoes all the way up to the top of your hair. Says, you walk as though you carry secrets. What's your deepest, darkest secret?
Oh. Oh. I don't know if I've ever thought about that.
I was going to ask you where you got those shoes, but I felt like getting a little bit deeper.
Thank you for that. I suppose that would be how I came to be in the forest of Gladewell. And
They both sit down, and as they do, a mushroom pops up to sit on, and they're just like riveted.
and what I ran away from, I suppose. I have a family, and she kind of looks around at her friends, realizing that she has never talked to any of them about any of these things. I believe they're still around. I haven't been in contact with them since I left, but I have parents and siblings. One in particular was very devoted to the Archheart and was a cleric in their name. And I, unfortunately, well, one day I found her dead, as well as the rest of the Order. They had been attacked by, well, by followers of she who I will not mention the name.
Their eyebrows all go up at that.
And in my grief and fear, I ran until I lost my way, which is very far for an elf. And, well, I suppose I never tried to go back. And I also suppose that I've blamed myself for it for a long time, and that might be why I'm so protective of the rest of you.
They look at each other. Mother Kaida Grunch and Sister Sylvie Spine. They look at each other and... So, she's admitting to be a coward. She was young, Mother. Yes, but to accuse yourself of such things? Mother, she was young. She's learning. It's potentially she will return and seek to right the wrongs. Maybe. We shall have to watch and see. This one is full of surprises, wouldn't you say, sister? Yes, Mother, she certainly is. I hope she asks another question.
Fern is gripping onto Sunny's wrist, like, so help me, please. Do not let me speak again.
Sunny is going to start dragging you closer to the house as she looks over at the woman and be like, Fern is no coward. And just start like dragging Fern away.
Toward the house or to the little thing that she made for you?
Towards the house.
Okay. The house is still shuttered and the door's shut.
I'll just keep walking all the way up to the door.
Sure.
If we're not stopped.
Yeah, nobody's stopping you.
I reach out our hand to grab the door handle.
It
And
sinks back into the door and disappears.
Oof.
A skin, like the skin of a mushroom, starts to grow across the door.
I don't think it wants us to open it.
I knock.
Squish, squish, squish into the mushroom skin. You just knock.
Well, you're sneaky. Can you think of another way in, or are we gonna have to come up with a different plan?
Well, for now, perhaps we should go to your room while everyone is watching us.
All right. Start headed that way. I noticed that Paeta is still writing his poem.
He actually, at that time that you notice him, looks up and sees you walking towards the door and is like, wait, don't go, I want to go, I need to go with you guys so I can share with you what I wrote. Wait for me.
Oh,
He like
okay.
at the sound of the gnawing turns to glance at her and goes like, hi. Wait.
So, Sonny, you remember as you go into this little place that you had to say what you want in there. It's pretty much just a round, empty room right now. But you remember saying things, specific things.
Sonia walks in and she says, Lord Pellows.
Out of the wall and floor, these lumps of soft tissue swell up like big pustules. Without a head, they're not going to pop, but they're just like swollen, bulbous things.
I then fall onto them.
Sure.
Face first.
And it feels like pillows, except you can't like pick each one up.
This is so curious. Do you know how it works, Sunny?
Not at all, but say what you want and usually you get it.
Man, I'm kind of thirsty. I could use some water. I kind of want some water right now. Nothing.
I would like a bathtub full of water, please.
It kind of grows out of the side, and it's full of water. It's like a big, wide tub, not in any particular shape. It's not like a perfect oval or anything. It's just a big bulge out of the side of it full of water, big enough for someone to get in.
Maybe it's because you didn't say please.
You sure you could drink this? I'm probably gonna hold off.
No, I mean, I was here for 5 years and nothing happened to me
Oh,
other
okay.
than
Yeah,
some memories.
that's convincing enough. And Pieta like scoops up a handful and drinks.
Sure.
It's Stony follow
Water.
us inside.
No, Stoney's still outside.
Okay. Sunny will pop her head out of the mushroom. Stony!
Hmm? Oh, Sunny, you seem to be in, a mushroom.
Yes, get your bottom in here right now.
Oh, okay.
All four of them chuckle at that. Look how in charge she is.
Stony
Not the
turns.
supervisor anymore, I shout at them and then go back inside.
Stony turns to the witches. He thinks for a moment, and then he says, "For all the opinions that I have heard in the material plane,
Is this part of the game?
no questions. I
Excellent.
merely wish to thank you. We are so very grateful for your help.
Oh, he's so polite. Yeah, really fucking polite.
You tease, but I sense that you all have noble hearts. At least to us." And he turns and walks towards the mushroom house.
Okay. You're in the house.
Fern is running her hands along the wall and every so often taking her fingernail and trying to gouge just a tiny piece of it out.
You can. It's spongy and slightly damp.
Does it grow back?
Not immediately.
Interesting. Mushroom house. I would like a cup, please.
Pieta goes like, "You gotta say please." Oh, never mind. You got it.
Nothing happens.
It seems like Sunny is the only voice of authority here.
Ooh, our supervisor.
No. Not again.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all here together.
Yeah. Well, except Stony.
I am here, Pietro. Did you not see me walk
Oh
in?
my gosh! Where did you come from?
From
Wow.
outside?
Oh, well, yeah.
Are you well?
I don't know. I feel dizzy. I'm tired. Maybe I'll lay down on these pillows. Thingies.
You said you wanted to share a poem with us, right?
Oh yeah, a poem. But after I lay down a bit, I gotta rest my noggin. He like dozes off on the pillows.
Maybe sleep will help his grip on romance a little bit.
Did someone say romance? And then goes back to sleep.
I go over to where Payet is lying down and whisper, "Blanket, please, and pillow. Another one."
Yeah, so like this growth, like a skin grows over Pieta, I mean, I guess that's what you wanted. And another pillow props his head up a little bit higher.
I go and I tuck in the side along the pillow
Hmm.
best as I can. Get really cocooned in there.
You hear Pieta go, thanks, Aunt May.
Not my name.
Ben.
Okay. I walk back over to Stony and Fern. Plop down. So, the items.
Sunny, you don't think we could ask your mushroom for a way into the house, do you? I mean, my understanding of mushrooms is that they're all connected somehow.
Oh,
Uh,
never tried.
yes, well, technically speaking, we are not inside the actual mushroom. We are inside the fruit of the mushroom, you see. Below us, supposing that the mushroom works the same in the material plane, not exactly sure, but the mushroom exists underground. It is called the mycelium. That is the real mushroom. So I suppose if we were to ask it to enter the house, which I'm not certain why, it would perhaps take us underground first.
Sunny, we should probably tell Stony what we're thinking.
Oh. Right.
Yes.
We had an idea that he didn't yet.
Yes, I believe he was preoccupied at the time.
Alright. Stony, we were thinking that the items didn't have to be our items. They could just be treasured items of someone else's, re-gifted back to her. So it's not stealing.
Stoney's like taken aback a little bit. You are some. I'm sorry. Are we entertaining the idea of thievery?
No, this is
it's
not
not
thievery.
It would just be acquiring the items that one mother loves and then
Relocating them.
giving them to her
It's like a delivery service.
to show how well we know her.
It's quite kind, actually.
Kind. I suppose if there were lost items that we could receive that are precious to someone, and in particular, Guide Grunch and the Auntie Nettie or what have you, then I suppose that would be more of a retrieval service, but I will only agree to this to items that are lost and have need to be found.
Can we get a definition of lost? Because maybe it's like lost memory, so maybe she just doesn't remember the item. That could be lost.
What you all are proposing to me, I intend to be fair, because these lovely hosts have been nothing but fair since we have been here. In fact, they have been most hospitable to us. I shall not be running around behind their backs. Especially not here. Especially not while we're out of our element.
Stony, there is something very familiar about them. Reminds me of techniques that some flowers use in the forest to draw in unsuspecting hosts and then eat them. That
You
is... I'm not saying for sure, but I don't fully trust that their intentions are purely to help us.
You suspect foul play.
I suspect that there is a situation where that occurs, yes.
If it makes you feel any better, Mother once had me tied up in the forest for a week straight without food or water because I brought her 9 dewdrops instead of 8.
That is disturbing to know, Sonny. But I'm glad that you're getting your memory back.
That was
That
weird.
is. Hmm.
Look, the Fae are very tricky. And it would be foolish to blindly trust.
That is fair. And I see the sense in your words. However, it seems very clear to me that they do, in fact, play by rules. Very, very specific rules. So, I am just urging you to tread with caution here. We are dealing with beings that are far beyond our level of power.
Yes.
And we are so close to getting it back.
Yes, but we have reason to believe, to know that words, phrasing matters. You remember,
Of course.
the kiss did not have to be to her. So, in this case, all that is specified are 8 items of special value. It doesn't say whose.
Here is what I suggest. I think that we should play the game again. And ascertain whether it is that they have something to hide. They have asked us whether or not what it is that we hide, our particular secrets, how we feel. Perhaps we can do the same to them. Besides, the game compels us to answer honestly, does it not?
Yes. I think you're correct. Sonny?
If we learn what they're hiding, how does that help us get the treasured item?
Simply to ascertain whether or not they have something up their sleeves. That is all.
Okay. I mean, I guess doesn't hurt to gather more notes.
Who will ask the question? I am done asking questions today.
I guess it's probably my turn.
Stony
Unless...
looks down and he says, I shall do it again if I must.
I'll go once. It's only fair.
We shall take turns. And then he looks to Pieter. And I'll make sure this one takes his turn too.
Oh. Well, I don't know that we all have to continue asking questions. Only those that we need to ask. But you're right. If it comes to it, Pieter should answer as well. Pieter, I see you. You're awake.
Me.
Sunny whispers to the house, a big symbol, please.
Like
Yeah,
symbols?
yeah.
Okay. Uh, how did this work? From the ground, the ground itself starts churning under your feet, and you have to back out of the way as like these chunks of metal are pushed slowly to the surface, and then like root-looking things grow across the floor and pick them up and raise them up and smash them together.
Ooh.
It's a jolts up. Ah. Ah. Oh, well,
Good. You're awake. We can go now.
well, it was a good nap while it lasted. Oh, hey, Stony. When'd you get here?
Sunny, suppose we do get in a fight while we're here. This is not a bad weapon.
This is a weapon. It's a house.
We don't have to get into it now.
Concerned
Sunny,
you're thinking of fighting, but okay.
I said if. Worst case scenario. I am not asking for it to happen.
I'm not either. I definitely don't want to fight Mother. And Sunny walks out of the mushroom house.
Me neither. You ready?
As I'll ever be.
I'll fight for love, but I won't fight my love. Yeah, I'm against that. I'm against that idea too. He walks out too.
Oh dear.
Sunny walks over to Mother and says, I have a question.
Sonny, are you trying to play the game? I know most of your deep, dark secrets.
And
Very well. Let's see how this plays. Ask your question, my dear.
my question is, shoot. I should have asked before I came out here. How do I phrase this? Okay, so, secret, you have, no, wait, how do I word this? Okay, what are, nope, that won't work either. Tell me your secrets you're hiding from us.
Sunny, you must ask it in a question.
Oh, I forgot the question part. Okay, what are the, oh, this is really hard. What are the secrets you are hiding from us?
Well, my dear, there are far too many secrets of mine that I'd rather not share with you. One secret that I suppose I'm hiding from you is that I've got a pet dragon. I haven't told you before. Yes.
Where's your dragon?
He's not here. He's contained elsewhere. It's very dangerous.
You hear Pieta slowly in the background. That's so cool.
Sonny, if I were to tell you all the secrets I'm hiding from you, we'd be here for days. However, what I mean to say is, I'm hiding nothing as it pertains to your quest with your little one here. And she nods toward the rip on the ground. We are merely playing the game and waiting for the items we requested, that is all. But I love that you're trying so hard. And she reaches these long, bony fingers and cups your cheek very softly.
Thanks, Mother. Okay. Back to my house.
Oh no, Sonny, now it's your turn.
Hoping you'd forget.
I mean, my turn. What has your puppet told you recently?
I looked down at Grim and try to recall the most recent thing that Grim has actually said. What?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I think if I am being honest, the most recent thing that I remember Grim saying is for me to shape up and act more like a supervisor. I believe he used some curse words when he said it too, that I shouldn't repeat in front of Mother.
She just says, throws up her hands. That blasted. Very well. Thank you, Sonny. That was a wasted
hard.
turn.
Really? I have you, Mother. I have another question.
Yes. I appreciate your motivation.
What do you know about the runestone that is being sent to Iman and how that's affecting the forest of Gladewell?
Let me pull my dice down. I know many things. Apparently, some wizards of Iman are binding the magic of this world, of the weave, into stone. One of the byproducts is broomstone. They are selling it in Iman. And the main item, the stone itself, with the magic forced and bound within, going at a much, much higher price.
Something even more powerful than broomstone. Oh dear.
The implications of this, well, the scope of the ramifications, I'd have to run calculations, but that sounds mightily dangerous.
Honey, it's my turn again. I hope you haven't forgotten.
Sadly, no.
This is becoming difficult because, Sonny, you don't store very many secrets, do you?
Question!
Ask me.
And my answer, as far as I know, is no. Secrets
Very
hurt
well
people.
played, my dear. You've gotten one up on your mother.
Yay! I don't think this has ever happened before, has it?
Not in my memory, but thank you for asking the question.
Oh,
Now, let's see. With very little depth to probe, I shall turn to questions about these ones you've come with. Where are you going next after you leave here?
oh. Well, I'm being honest. I don't really know. However, I do believe, and I look back at them, that Iman might be a destination that is coming up. But if we're talking immediately next, I would like to bring Rip alive back to Pocket at their house.
Auntie Natty starts laughing and looks at Mother. She's a tough nut to crack, eh, Mother? And Mother smiles at her and kind of waves her off. Well, I've answered as well as I could, my dear. And thank you for doing the same. You see, and she gestures to all of you, I have nothing to hide from you in these regards.
Be a dragon. Well, we're going to go back to my room. I'm backing away.
We are? Oh, well, all right then.
Oh, Stony, did you have a question to ask?
I always have questions to ask, Pieter.
You know, Mother, was it? Hi.
Yes,
Or,
thank
wait.
you for asking that question. Now,
Oh my!
she looks at the other three and she kind of winks and she laughs a tiny bit and she says, Who do you love the best?
His lips look like they were starting to say something that resembles the letter M, but then immediately like flips to like a, I guess, like a light switch. It just goes like Auntie Nettie, no. Ah! And then he like freaks out because he felt a little out of the trance, and then he's like he kind of like that roller coaster feeling where he's like, what just happened? And then feels a little bubbly. A lot just happened emotionally. All right, here's my question. Stop! Damn it! Okay. And like closes his eyes to concentrate, using a little bit of his monk skills there, and says, "My question to you is, what is the most beneficial information you can tell us about the secret to the spiders and what's going on here? What's going on in Iman, I should say."
And which one are you asking?
To Mother.
And as you close your eyes, when you open them, you're looking at Auntie Natty Naw.
Oh.
The secret to the spiders, eh?
Yeah. He starts like twirling his hair.
I don't know that spiders have secrets.
No, not the secrets of the spiders. I asked for information. The best information that you can give us I guess I did, and then I guess I assumed there was a secret, but I guess not. But the main part of it was the information part.
And I gave it to you?
Oh, you.
Now
All right, cool.
my turn.
And yeah, he turns around. He goes like,
Who do you love best?
"You already know." He like pinches her cheeks.
That's right.
I answered the same question twice. You guys are so silly.
Fern looks at Sunny, just says, I hope this wears off.
What wears off?
It's slightly concerning.
Shall we?
Love doesn't mean we should be concerned. It's fine.
Is there something going on? Are you guys connected somehow? I turn to Betty and look at the rest of the women and the witches and the. How are you guys connected? Not particularly asking anyone, but if that happens to incite the game, he's willing to take that risk.
We're connected through friendship and the bonds of sisterhood.
The bonds of what?
Sisterhood.
Ah, that seems a bit of a cop out, but all right. Just kidding. All right, well, I'm on my way.
Why are you here?
Well, we're here to rescue Rip, of course, from the clutches of the underworld, or wherever she is. I really don't know what's going on in the afterlife.
The underworld.
Oh. I just can't stop but help for feeling giggly around you. All right, well, I'm gonna go now. It was good seeing you again.
Off.
He like turns around and goes to Stony. Why did you ask a question? I thought you were gonna tag in, you monster.
I am not sure what to ask. I am
You
sorry.
said you had a
Kitty.
million questions. You just pick one of them. Pick them out of a hat. I don't know. Pretend your brain is a hat.
I have to pick and choose which one is pertinent, and right now I can't think of which one it is right now.
Pertinence? I don't even know the definition of that word.
Perhaps I shall educate you in the mushroom.
Oh, okay.
As you guys are walking away, Mother says, "Very well, I shall let you all retire to think about collecting our 8 treasured items and to provide a happy home." And she points at the sky. It turns dark and stars are out, and it's nighttime. And all 4 of them stand up and walk over to her cottage. And as she puts out her hand, the doorknob pokes back out, and she opens it, and they all 4 go in and close the door behind them.
Well, when we enter the mushroom, I'm like, Piazza goes, oh! You know that moment when, like, after, like, a thing ends, you think of the right things to ask? Well, I feel like I just got that. So, Sunny, you could have asked, like, can you tell me the secret to how to get in the house? Or
That would have been a good question.
yeah, I just thought of it. Oh!
Well, I mean, we can always still just try Fern's suggestion, but maybe if that doesn't work.
I suppose.
We could also ask the clarity of, like, the items and, you know, clarify that they don't have to be.
Fern turns to Stony and kind of looks at him perplexed, considering. How much would it plague you if we were to regift Mother's item?
Stony kind of furrows his brow at this. I do not know the answer to that. I do not believe that it is. I do not believe that it is a smart choice. However, I do see the merit in it. That is an option, should we try such a thing. I'm uncertain how I can be helpful in that endeavor. What I am solely focused on now is figuring out where it is this child will go. A happy home. They seem to think that Pocket was our best and most optimal answer to this. But I am conflicted. I know for certain that Pocket would give this child a happy home, whatever this child may be. But it is unfair to thrust that upon Pocket, who knows not of what is going on in this realm.
I don't know if it's entirely unfair. I'm sure if Pocket knew the circumstances, they would agree to it, knowing that in doing so, they're bringing Rip back.
I
Hey
do.
guys, he pops in. Did we ever confirm that there was actually like a child that was gonna go somewhere, or was that an assumption of ours? Is there a child that is going into the home, or does the home just need to be a happy home available for children? You know?
We do have to give a child a happy home. But I
I
do
thought it
have
was a home
thought.
for a happy or a home for a happy
A happy home for a child.
Mm.
a happy home for a child. So, you know, they didn't say they're putting a child in the home, right? Something to think about.
You have a point. And assuming that they do indeed need a child to go to a home, can... We don't know how Rip got here, right?
I think we carried their body here.
Yeah, you carried him.
No. I mean, how do I phrase this? We don't know how Rip got to Gladewell, right?
I mean, Rip has never told you the story of how they showed up. Stoney's known him for a little while, but Rip hasn't been in Gledwell for all that long.
Well, what if the reason that they ended up there was because we gave them the home?
But wait, what?
What if we give child Rip a happy home with Pocket in Gladewell?
But Rip already was living there.
Maybe not if we didn't gift it.
Hurts my head. Mushroom House, 5 beers, please.
So these little indentations grow out of the side into these little cup-like shapes, and then spigots kind of stick down. These tubes just grow down from the ceiling and start leaking this fluid out of them into the the fleshy mushroom cups.
Oh,
As this is going on, you hear a voice at the door. Sonny? Sonny, is that you, Sonny?
Do I recognize the voice?
You turn to look. It's one of these pale-faced children that were kind of in the background. But now that you're close, the masquerade, the illusion draws back, and you see probably it comes to you right now. Probably the person you were closest to here, in the same exact position as you, one of Mother's children. What's her name?
It would have been Thread.
Or his? Greg?
Thread.
Can you spell that for me?
Thread.
Oh, Thread. Okay. All right.
I go to the door. Thread, are you there?
I'm here. And she steps into the light, which is the inside is now starting to glow softly. And she grabs your hands. Oh, Sonny, it's so good to see you.
Still here.
I never thought I'd see you again. When you left, when you finished, you were given your mission, you left. Oh, I was so happy for you, but I was so sad for me. But it's so lovely to see you. And she wraps you up in a hug.
Hug her right back and be like, I don't. You're here. Why are you still here? I'm like, Sunny's being like bombarded by like random memories of Thread all coming back to her at once.
I'm not finished, Sonny. I'm not finished. I can't stay long. I shouldn't be here. But I had to say hi. Yeah.
Don't leave us yet. I want you to meet my other friends.
Can we make this very, very quick? She looks over her shoulder.
Pieta comes in overhearing. Hi, I'm Pieta. Quick question. You said Sunny had a mission? Do you know what mission she had?
The one Mother sent her off on. Hi, I'm Thread. And she sticks out her little hand.
Hello, Fred.
Hi. It's nice to meet you. You look strong. Is he strong, Sonny? He looks so strong.
He has muscles. I've seen him like climb trees.
Muscles. I can climb trees too. Oh, I better get going before she looks for me.
2 more.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Thread.
I'm Fern.
Hi, Fern.
I'm Stony.
Hello,
Why
Stony.
shouldn't you be here?
I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing things and listening and waiting for instructions, and they're very strict routines here, and I shouldn't be breaking them much longer. Is there anything I could do or help you with before I go? I really have to go.
Can you help us get into the house?
Are we sure, Sunny? And she's looking at Stony. I mean,
Stony sort of shrugs.
I guess.
Hey, Thread, are you okay?
No, you don't, Sonny. You know we don't. We shouldn't be. No, you don't want to go in the house. Why would you? Why? Why would you go in the house, Sonny? Don't go in the house.
Okay. Forget I asked. But
What goes on in the house?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. What? And them to find me in the house? Oh, that would be terrible.
perhaps we don't go into the house just yet.
But you can get things. You can ask for things. Look, this place. You have everything you need.
You're right.
it's true.
You're right, we do. Thank you, Thread. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, she gives her Sunny a hug. It's so good to see you, Sonny. I wish you came back, but I know you can't. Maybe I'll finish soon. Maybe I'll be finished. Bye. She kisses you on the cheek and runs out the door.
See me when you're finished. And then watch her go.
Suppose we use our own items. That's 2 between each of us. Do we have what we need with us?
Brad said that we have everything we need in here. Is this magic mushroom able to grab items from the house? Or just create them?
You know, Sonny, perhaps you should ask the mushroom house to produce 8 precious items. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try.
Do you
Treasured.
think I need to be more specific, or can I just ask for 8 items?
8
8.
treasured items.
Treasured. Is it treasured or precious? I seem to have forgotten the word.
Treasured, I believe.
Treasured.
Sunny goes back to the glass of beer, takes it, hugs it down at one gulp, and then says to the house, Magic Mushroom House, can I please have 8 treasured items?
As you say this, you kind of get a little bit of a headache, as if you're not sure even what you mean. The house, you see it kind of shifting and rolling, little bumps kind of slide on the inside of the walls. The floor rumbles slightly, and then you hear the rumbling stretching outside and
dear.
deep into the ground. And then it's like thunder rolling through the ground, going away.
Sunny, did we break it?
Oh, my head hurts.
Oh,
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Here, sit down.
I'm so sorry. That was such a foolish suggestion.
No, it wasn't, Stony. It was brilliant. It's okay. Here. And she takes one of the little cups of dripping beer and gives it to her. Drink some of this.
Yeah, when you put those little cups back, this stuff just drips down again.
He again downs it in
Sure.
one gulp as fast as possible. Oh, not sure if that really helps, but at least it tasted good.
The ground rumbles again, and you feel it coming closer, and the floor's kind of buckling, and it's an earthen floor. It's just kind of buckling, and you can see the little pieces, the particles of soil kind of moving around, and a bone pops out of the soil. It is one finger. It's like all 3 joints of a finger, and there's a ring on it.
Oh, I hope someone didn't need that.
That's creepy.
I go over and grab the bone.
Okay.
I look at it in my hand. Do you think the bones are the treasured items or the ring?
I think maybe both of them could be considered treasured.
I take the ring off the bones. Does that mean we have 2 already?
Perhaps.
Maybe we should have backups. Wow.
Is there anything inscribed inside the ring, Sunny?
I begin looking at the ring, looking for an inscription.
It's
Bring it
a
around
heavy gold ring with a round oval ruby set into it.
I don't see anything. Maybe if I put it on, something will happen?
Maybe.
Go.
Maybe we shouldn't wear it without knowing what it might do.
I would refrain from wearing it too.
The ground rumbles again, and a much bigger area of the ground starts to buckle and tear open, and Rip's body, covered with soil and wrapped in the same blanket, just gets shoved up out of the ground.
Oh.
Is this their finger bone?
No. I don't
Rip
think
they're still intact.
I don't think Rip ever wore that kind of ring. But the house isn't wrong. Rip is very treasured by all of us.
Can't give Rip up, though. We don't know what they're going to do with the items.
Well, assuming that they're going to do what we ask, they're going to give Rip life again. So giving them the body couldn't hurt.
Probably something tells me it doesn't work like that, but I'm not magic-y. Stony, what do you think?
I would caution against giving away the body, especially since the items that we're handing over are lost to us completely. This is a transaction.
Oh, true. Like, what if Rip comes back and then she's Mother's, right? Like, oh man, that would suck.
Sonny, let me see that ring.
I pass over the ring and the finger bone.
Cece, identify the ring.
Leyline servos engaged.
And Cece sort of pops off of his shoulder and shifts and turns, and it's the ring sort of gets like sucked into like a sort of like electric gravity cage as it begins to twist and turn, and it begins working.
And so it's the identify spell that CC casts. This
Well-
is a normal ring with a family crest on it.
Does Stony recognize the family crest? May I roll a history check?
Sure you may.
Mother, may I?
That is a 22.
Ooh.
You recognize that as an old Iman family, one of the nobility.
This belongs to a noble in Iman. I can't recall the name, but I've certainly seen this crest before.
The ground bubbles and cracks and shifts again, and a coin is forced up out of the ground and then plops over on its side.
A coin. Fern's gonna pick it up and look at it.
It's a silver coin from... It looks very old. From a place that you don't recognize. The language is in Elvish, which you can read. It says Sylvaneth. The value of it, maybe because of its rarity, might be high, but if it were just valued at like the price of a silver coin, it would be one piece of silver.
Well, this isn't a coin from someone's purse today. Do you think the house is grave robbing?
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
I suppose that is capable of a magical mycelium that is deeply, deeply rooted in the ground. I cannot overstate at how vast a system of, well, mycelium, far be it from magical spreads throughout a forest. I imagine that this one in particular is very old and very mighty.
I think I like this one in particular.
Sunny whispers to Payeta. Payeta, do you know what a mycelium is?
Well, this is your ceiling. Maybe
Okay.
it's like if you're speaking about it present tense, my ceiling.
Oh, yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The ground bubbles and rolls and cracks again, and the body of a dead squirrel emerges.
Oh,
It's
no.
fresh. It's fresh. It still has a little wound on the side of its neck.
Fern immediately tries to see if she recognizes this squirrel.
You don't, but if you want to do either nature or medicine check on it, you might gain some information.
All right. Let's do nature.
Yes, Stony definitely stiffens as he sees the squirrel, but he doesn't say or do anything.
17. Fern
It
immediately
looks-
is like, I didn't do this. This was not me.
It looks like something has just killed this squirrel, like bit it on the back of the neck. There are little punctures from something small with fangs, like a fox or a weasel,
Oh,
bobcat.
poor thing.
What, did you do a nature check or?
Mm-hmm.
And what was your roll?
17.
17. Yeah, this is like the freshly killed food of some animal. Like it's precious to that animal.
Ooh, someone's not going to be happy with us for taking this.
I mean, are you afraid of dead squirrels too?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
We didn't hear you. Can you say that again, Sonny?
Oh, sorry. I said, Sony, are you afraid of dead squirrels too?
Oh.
No. No, I am no longer afraid of squirrels.
Well,
I've realized that it is a silly thing to be afraid of. There are much more serious things to be afraid of. And he looks at Rip.
you're afraid of Rip?
Stony just turns and gives the most confused daggers you probably ever felt.
Fern just kind of gently touches Sunny's shoulder and says, I think he's referring to the situation Rip is in currently.
Oh, that makes more sense.
The entire floor of the area starts to rumble now, and you have to back completely to the edges as the cauldron from outside comes rolling up filled with dirt and just ka-dunk, ka-dunk, and rolls across.
Oh shit.
Fern just starts uncontrollably laughing. Oh, this is delightful!
Only slightly concerning. But I suppose we're still playing by the rules, and we didn't technically steal it. What am I doing? Why am I...
We're giving it back. We're just relocating it for a moment.
Mince all the words you want. I know what this is.
How many items do we have, Sunny?
We have 5. 4 if we're counting not Rip's body. sticks. We're counting everything, including the finger bones, separately.
Okay.
Let's not count ribs, body. I want to say that. I feel like we shouldn't.
Sunny,
Yes.
can you tell the house to stop?
Do we not want all 8 items?
As you're thinking about this, the ground ripples again a small amount, and forcing its way up is Stoney's tool pouch. And it just comes popping out and flops down on the ground.
Well, I was willing to give that away. I was debating whether to give that or these.
No, here, Pieta rips off his monk robe, the top half, and says, "These are my robes from training, and they're pretty precious to me. But I could get new clothes. I could." He feels a little sentimental now. I could give this up, and puts it in the pile.
Sunny, tell it to stop.
Magic Mushroom House, please stop sending me treasured items.
I think we should, Sunny, myself, we should give the last 2 from our own items.
Okay.
How many do we have so far?
Are you still willing to give up your tools, Tony?
Of course I am. It's either my tools or these.
Well, let's not give anything up that will, you know, hurt the party's survivability in the outside world. And your tools are pretty handy there.
They are handy. Though, he turns to Cece. I think I can make do with just this one. Though it might be a little difficult, and there will be a learning curve, especially for one such with limited capabilities. At least for now.
We need 2 more?
Let's see, we got the bone,
Yeah.
we got
Okay.
the ring, we got my monk's clothes, we got the coin.
Well,
What else?
there's only a few more things that I have that are treasured to me, my possession.
Oh, the squirrel.
You've already given. You gave Grimm's paw earlier. So I will take your place. And
We both have to give something, though.
no, I can give 2. And so Fern takes a deep breath and pulls out her stiletto dagger and places it on the ground. And then she fumbles around in her bag for a moment and kind of sheepishly looks up at Stony. I'm sorry. And she pulls out his stuffed animal.
Mr. Sniffles? Wait, Player John forgot its name.
No, I think that was his name.
Okay,
Mr.
cool.
Waffles. Yeah, it was something like that.
Mr. Sniffles.
I think it was Sniffles.
Sniffles
Why
says
do
that.
you... Unbelievable.
I thought you might want him with us.
No. Oh,
Well, you are wrong. His place belongs at the house. But I suppose since he is here, I suppose I can make the choice.
Actually, I had a replica made.
You had a replica made.
Yes. It was selfish of me. I planned to give you back the original, and you would have never known.
His face is contorting into like anger, confusion, like, and all he can produce from his mouth is just, why? For what purpose?
Maybe we could talk about it away from the others.
I suppose that is pertinent. And for your information, pertinent, Pieter, means applicable.
Oh, I understand. What about my ceiling?
You misheard me. It is mycelium, and that
That's what I
is
said.
a mushroom. No, that is not what you said. That
Why
is
didn't you
not what
just
I
say
said.
mushroom? What, Sonny? You hear this?
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
But why would you discuss something not in front of us? You have
Yeah,
more secrets, you don't?
Didn't we say no more secrets?
It's not oh. It's not a secret. It's just embarrassing.
Oh,
There's nothing embarrassing about sleeping with a stuffed animal. I have Graham sleep next to me every night.
You know, Sonny, that's not what I'm embarrassed about.
Feelings of embarrassment or not, the point is moot. Throw Mr. Sniffles in the pile. I will deeply miss him. But if it means bringing Rip back,
No. And she hands you Mr. Sniffles. It is obviously yours because it has the wear and tear. And she brings out the replica that she had made. And she puts that down with her dagger and says, I will put in my treasured item.
You... what? How can this... How many times must you deny me? How many?
Deny you? What?
First, I am accosted with a kiss. That was unwarranted. And I saw the logic of it, though I was stunned at first. And I thought it was mine to give away until you, he turns to Pieter, decided to jump in so that I could not give it away. So it is not mine.
so indecisive. I just wanted to just make a decision, and move the things forward. And
Mr. Sniffles is here, yet I did not want him here. I have a very good kiss, and yet I did not ask for it.
Oh, you thought it was very good? Sorry.
I am sorry. Truly, Stony. When we were all away, I only heard from Sunny. And I will admit that I missed you. And so I selfishly thought that I could keep something of you for the inevitable time when that happens again. I'm sorry.
Stony just shakes his head. You know what? I will put a pin in this for now. Because right now, I need everyone in here to focus on the task at hand. We are here to save Rip. These feelings that you have, I do not understand. I cannot understand. And they are... What are they good for? They serve no purpose at the moment. What is it that we're trying to do here? I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I am here for
we...
Rip just as you are.
Okay. I believe you, and I trust you. Just let us stay focused, at least for now.
I am.
And then you can do all of your explaining later, whatever it is that is going inside your head.
Stony, I am here doing the things that I am supposed to do to get Rip back. Unfortunately, it is a lot of truth, and I have not lived in truth in a long time. So, you'll excuse me as I shed some light on a few things that I haven't shed light on in a while. But it's not distracting from the cause. It is the cause. That is why we are here, so that we can get Rip back. In doing so, I have to give Mr. Sniffles away.
You're Mr. Sniffles, and not mine.
Yes.
If it is a treasured item to you, then I suppose I will not stop you. But I shall also give my own Mr. Sniffles.
That is your choice.
It is.
Right. Well, is that all 8?
Well, with his Mr. Sniffles, that's actually 9.
Oh. Fern kind of throws the coin in the air so that it lands back on the ground. I suppose we can give that back to the house then.
Maybe we should put the cauldron back actually, because we want to get them mad.
Yes.
Fair point.
Perhaps we should.
He goes and
Clean
gets
it.
the coin back.
Perhaps we should clean it first before handing it back.
Yeah, so we could say we did a favor.
No. Why would we? This was not a favor. We were the ones that have erred.
Yeah.
Technically, the house stole it.
Yes, but we were the ones that instigated it on.
They're the ones that asked for 8 treasured items.
You're a sneaky little sneak. Huh, aren't you?
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I don't even know when I'm doing it.
It's okay. As long as you get, maybe a little bit better every time.
Thanks, Pieta.
You're welcome! Knowing is half the battle. Yippee!
Okay, well, let's clean this cauldron, and then I guess we have some items to give them.
Yeah. Sonny, could you ask the mushroom, the mycelium, for some type of soap or something? And the sponge.
I can do one you better. My ceiling? Clean the cauldron.
Oh boy. Okay. This huge pseudopod starts growing out of the ceiling. And the end of it is a big bulbous, like spongy mess. It's bright red and wrinkled with veins and root-looking structures, and it squishes down like it's like a foot across, just a big globby pole. It just slides into the cauldron, straightens it, and just starts and it comes out, and the cauldron has like this slimy residue in it, but the inside is dirt free, and this thing grows back into the ceiling and disappears.
Is the bathtub full of water still around?
Yeah.
Okay, Fern's gonna just like take handfuls of water, put it into the cauldron, and like kind of try to scrub the sliminess. And then when she feels like it's less slimy, she's gonna put more water into it so that they can bring it back and have a pot of boiling water.
Okay. So a good 30 minutes later, you're able to drag this heavy iron cauldron back outside with
I hope.
water in it. Yeah.
Well, did we knock on their door and tell them we have the items?
It is
One last
nighttime.
thing.
Maybe we should rest. Oh,
I'm not certain whether we had decided on whether we were giving the child away to Pocket.
Ah. Yes.
I still wonder if they mean just the home or if there's a literal child. I kind of want clarification on that.
Did we ask Pocket?
I
Do you
think-
have a way to ask Pocket?
Do you think the house can contact him?
Stony looks at Sunny like,
Yes, I can try. My ceiling? Wait, hold on. Before we do this, do you have some paper and a quill? We can write a note to Pocket to try to send it.
yes, yeah. I shall scribe the letter. You tell me what to write down.
Hello, Pocket. We have Rip's body with us. We are in a magical, my-feeling house. Are you ready?
Yes, Stony is writing, but he's not writing those words.
We were told you have a happy home. Can we send a child to you to be in this happy home with you? Oh, yeah. This is Sunny, Grim, Stony, Paeta, and Fern. Oh, P.P.S. We miss you. You get all that, Stony?
Yes, indeed. And he folds it up before any of them have a look at it. Hands it over to Sunny.
Magical my ceiling. Send this to Pocket and bring back a response, please. And I drop it.
Send it to Pocket and bring back a response. All right.
Please.
His
window.
response.
A window grows in the wall, and the window is Pocket's outside front window, right next to his front door. And the window opens up. You see the inside of Pocket's house.
I put the note through it.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm like,
Pocket?
I precautionarily stand behind Sunny and just kind of like hold her.
Yeah. Who's there? Who's there?
Pocket, it's
Go
us.
for you.
He comes jogging into what? What do you do? Have you? Where's my dear? Where's my dear Rip? And he comes up to the window. Why are you looking in my window? The door's right here. What? It comes to his mind that you're in like some big pink bubble. I've been imagining the whole inside as pink the whole time. I don't. So he sees you in this like glowing thing with stuff jutting out of the wall. What? I don't understand. What is going on here? Please, someone explain. What is this note? He takes it out of your hand. Are you guys all just staring at him silently? He pulls
Hey.
the note open. What?
What
Do you mean? Send me a child?
It's a possibility. We're not certain.
We're
But-
completing a series of tasks to bring Rip back. And one of them is a request to give a child a happy home.
And this will save my Rip?
Stony nods.
I would happily raise a child here if I must. I can raise someone's child. Yes, I will do that. I shall do that. Where are you? What's going on here?
We are.
The window slams shut and it closes. You've got everything you asked for.
And we have everything we need now.
Like
Well-
going back away.
I think it's time to give these to the right people.
By the way, as you say this, you feel refreshed and awake. You feel like you've slept a full night. You got a long rest
Oh, yay.
just
Oh.
being in this place.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a good omen or a bad omen.
I'll take a win.
Beautiful.
Well, team, let's get Rip back.
Indeed.
All right.
So,
Wow, that really came together. Huh.
Walk outside the magical
It's daytime.
mushroom house. Are the women out there?
Nope.
I go back in the mushroom house. My ceiling,
The cauldron's out there, though.
let Mother know we're ready for her.
You hear, because there's no door on this mushroom place, you hear the door open on the cottage. Is someone calling? Someone? Guests, are you calling? And it's the voice of Sister Sylvie.
Yes, sister, it's us.
Are y'all looking outside? She comes out of the building with a big, round stomach.
Oh.
She's clearly very pregnant. What? Is there anything wrong, guests? Can I help you? We heard a most terrible racket. It's sad you needed us very badly. I don't know exactly. Oh, it must have been the mushroom. What's the problem?
Not a problem at all. We have what you asked for.
Oh, finally. And she rubs her belly. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode. Whew.
Okay.
Well. We are getting places. Albeit slowly. We're finding some stuff out. We are having some arguments and having some interesting TV shown here. Good job, everybody. Thank you, folks, for watching. This was really fun for us because nothing but role play. What do we have? 3 dice rolls, and all of them were kind of odd, actually. But that was a lot of fun tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget our Friday Twitch show called Twist of Fate, which is traveling through the plains, actually, and going from level 3 to 20. So we are currently slogging through a place called the Outlands. And we'll be back Monday night with Zeros to Heroes. And
if you like us, how about you consider hitting that like button?
Smashing that like button.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Push it.
Subscribe, follow us, hit the bell so you get notified. You know, it's
And-
a package deal.
In the
all that
comments,
stuff.
type something that you would ask the sisters.
Oh.
Yeah,
And remember, they're looking into your souls.
Better
But
tell
don't
the
worry, we'll
truth.
do the asking for you.
Yeah, we'll ask for you.
All right, folks. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Zeros to Heroes, a Dicey Decisions show. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.